Wagwan family. Oh, I guess I can see I can't leave that table. There's an armrest. How y'all doing? Welcome to Essential Therapy Wellness Center. My name is Tamika. Thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and don't forget to like and share. So this is going to be just my individual reflection for the week. I try to insert those in between us putting what we have done together by way of being expats here in Jamaica. So grand rising to you all. I hope you all are doing great and well. I hope this video finds you in a good health and good spirits. And so thank you for joining in. And again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when videos are uploaded at the very moment that they are in real time. So the last time I had an intimate reflection with you guys, I talked about the mindset change that you have to have once you have decided to put yourself in a different environment. But it's more importantly that shift comes from within, so that you won't take the same mindsets into a new environment, because the environment is set to help facilitate the healing, but it's not the totality of everything. Well, this week I can tell you that having that in mind, there have been some things that kind of shifted, but I know that I am getting better. Reason being is because I'm not dwelling on it as long as I probably would, and it's just things to adjust to. When you put yourself in like an environment where you are very, very restrictive, it makes you release the control of anything else that can happen around you. And so that is something that I revere and respect, that process within myself. Y'all gonna hear the birds chirping. I love it. Let them talk to y'all. Y'all are gonna hear that. So it's so much that's happened internally that I'm happy about and grateful for. I think that my mindset is starting to relax. I think my body, my nervous system is starting to relax, and that's a great thing. And I just want to encourage y'all just to continue to check in with yourself and figure out where you are in your process. Hopefully you all are still journaling. Hopefully you're showing grace to yourself. You drink your water, you're moving around. And I can tell you that being here in this environment, it is hot, but it's getting me moving, and I appreciate it. And speaking of that, I had wrote a quote, and I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm just going to expound on it here. It says, I didn't just lose weight, I released weight. Somewhere in the Bible, and I forget the scripture, it says, lay aside every weight that so easily besets you. And most people think that when you're losing weight, anything you lose, you can pick back up, right? And I know that, it has all its dimensions to that phrase. But when you are deciding to release weight, that means you have made a conscious decision, not just in pounds, but in the emotional toxicity that we sometimes house. And then that emotional toxicity begins to find its way outward. And that can come through stress eating, that can come through worrying, that can come through depression and anxiety. It can come out through so many different ways. But that internal decision to release, we as human beings, we have a knack for control. We want things to go the way we want them to go, and we want them to happen in the time that they're supposed to. But just talking to my best friend this morning and just knowing some of the processes that we have been through and we have grown through, and now a little ways down in the spectrum, we can realize, oh my God, it's like the butterfly effect. If I hadn't did this, then this wouldn't have happened. If I hadn't made this decision, then that I would have been blessed in this area, or would have been delayed on this area. Or if I didn't wait for this to happen, then this would have happened prematurely. You know what I'm saying? I know you all know what I'm coming from. So just marveling at the divine timing is everything. And releasing the weight, that can be in whatever weight you have identified. It could be the weight of waiting in and of itself, a lack of patience. It could be the wait in waiting for someone to come around and see a point of view. And even that you can't wait too long on. But you just have to give grace. And so giving grace to others and giving grace to yourself will help release that weight. Anything that's going to keep us bogged down, releasing that weight. So it's not just then about working the exterior of a person. I know a lot of people are guilty of this, looking at, say, nurses, and I'm not excusing anything, but I'm just giving an example, because sometimes you can get into the habit of taking care of everyone else and not taking care of yourself. And then when you decide to take care of yourself, everyone is looking at you like you've gone crazy. And you're like, no, I'm just choosing myself in this season. I think people don't understand that, especially those that are helpers and nurturers, and they're always, giving up their time, giving up their ear. I think that sometimes when you steal away, people look at you like, what's wrong with you? And you gotta look at them like, no, this is something I need for myself. I gotta fill my cup, right? And so that, it takes a level of obedience. I'm not even gonna say it takes a level of obedience, because we can do a lot of things out of discipline and our heart not be attached to it. But when you're doing things out of obedience, then your heart's attached to it. You have a personal conviction. It hits different. It hits on a different plane. It hits in your heart chakra. And so I just wanted to come and just share that reflection for me, and hoping that it'll help someone else out there, that it'll also penetrate, and you'll sit down and come to grips with some things that we need to release voluntarily. We don't want things to be ripped from us. We're tired of going through where we have to learn these hard lessons. The lessons are the lessons. We don't need to make it any harder. And some of us, if we admit, we have self-inflicted wounds. We have self-inflicted wounds just because we weren't being obedient. And I made mention of this morning. All of us have intuition. Some of us are learning how to tap into that and follow it. All of us have an inner compass. Should I say most of us have an inner compass, that if something is not right, 9 times out of 10, we know it's not, and we're just choosing to go the other direction. But we also have to learn in that comes with its own consequences, and so we have to count the cost. Some things are beyond our control. We don't have the foresight to know, but that's why it's important to tap in. And tapping in will allow you to release that weight. And so I just wanted to stop by and share that with you. There were some incidences that happened this week that were beyond our control. We're going to talk about that when we do our the end of our week 2 update, which is kind of late because of some technical difficulties that were beyond our control. The internet had went out for a spell. So stay tuned for that video. But I just wanted to come and share my personal reflections as related to those unforeseen circumstances that, again, I had to learn how to release the control. It was nothing I could do. And if I had been in the States, for those of you that don't know, we're in Jamaica now, but if I had been in the States, I'll guarantee you that because of our knowledge of how things work and the systems there, we would have found a way to press the issue and make it work. But here, it's a different animal. You just have to let things be what they are, and then they'll work itself out in time. So that's my word for today for y'all this Saturday. Go ahead and release the weights. Identify what things are bogging you down, holding you down, and keeping you from being optimal, keeping you from thriving, keeping you from being the best version of yourself. Identify what that is. It might not be a thing. It might be a person. And then those persons are inflicting, or you're allowing things to be inflicted upon you that you ordinarily probably wouldn't. These are hard decisions to make. I'm not even saying this like these are just release the weight. That sounds nice, but it's not easy, but it's doable. It's very doable. And a lot of people are still discovering what they're made of. And a lot of people are still discovering how to trust themselves, myself included. That in and of itself is a journey. Learning how to trust yourself and not depending on everyone's opinion about what it is that you should be doing for yourself. You have to trust your inner guidance. You really do. Release that weight. Release the weight of allowing people to speak things into your life that you know are not what you're divinely guided to do. Like I said, whatever that weight is for you, let's learn how to release it, family. I love you all so much. Please stay tuned to the video of our end of week 2 here in Jamaica. We have a lot of information to share with you guys, and we have a lot of funny things that has happened, and it goes alongside with this message today of just relinquishing control, releasing the weight, especially when you have no control. My mother, at certain points in time, I don't know, I think she introduced me to the Serenity Prayer when I was younger, because I was that teenager that always had the weight of the world on my shoulders. And some of it I picked up, and some of it I just observed and just became worried over. And it was some things, oh my God. I sit down and think about it as an adult, like, girl, you really had a lot going on as a child and as a teenager. And not to say that anyone pushed those things on me. It's just organically, I'm a nurturer. I want to fix things. I want to help people. And at that young age, I probably bit off more than I could chew and had control over. Didn't know how to channel that. So that became something that just kind of grew over the course of time, even into my adult years. And some of us have to trace back where we have found to be the root of some of the things that we feel. And even if we know it, are we willing to deal with it? Are we willing to kind of uproot it and till the soil and bring up the things that might piss some people off, but you got to get it out for your own personal, healing process. And some things don't need to be brought up to someone, but we do need to have closure within. So anyway, that's the end of this. This is a short video, just giving you an individual reflection of of things that I have been just kind of sorting through internally. And as I get more, I will share. But thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye-bye.